Good morning, my dear students. I hope you are safe and secure at home. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome back to our social studies online classes. History, social protest movement. So, in this topic, we have studied early workers' movement in England, Luddism. Now, the most important force which is running the world, that is socialism. The word socialism was taking its roots when the Luddism was in a good moment, because Luddism was struck by the army and the army started to government use the army to crush the rising of Luddism, which needs an alternative. It's like when you start to bound the force which going outside. So Luddism got struck completely. Immediately we got the socialism to be rising up. The socialism started to argue for equal respect to all the people. Luddism was now being suppressed by the government and the army. A new ideology was slowly developing which would give the workers a new social goals. This was the idea of socialism. What is socialism? Socialism calls for public ownership rather than private control of property and natural resources. How do we get the equality for all the people? It is not all the possible to get equality when the properties are owned by somebody else. Socialism. What is socialism? If the socialists are asking for equality, how can they get socialism? Through the force or a medium to get equality. According to the socialist view, individuals do not live or work in isolation, but live in cooperation with one another. Further, everything that people produce is a social product, and everyone who contributes to the production of a good has a right to share it. Therefore, society as a whole should own or control property for the benefit of all its members. So, they have come up with a very good ideology. This is in socialism. All the people have to be together and form a part of the society. This society, the entire work or the wealth which is produced in the society should be shared commonly to all the people, which means that there should not be any private ownership, there should not be any government controls the entire properties, and there should be source of income which is legible to all the people. This way, socialism is opposite to the basic idea of capitalism. Capitalism is based on private ownership of the means of production. So, socialism complete stands against the capitalism. What is capitalism? Capitalism is nothing but the investment is done by the few rich people who control the factories, industries and everything in their hand, and they try to get to the benefits from them, and the workers and working communities has to work for them, and the owner became richer and richer, whereas the workers have work has very miserable conditions. So the rich then use their wealth and power to increase their dominance in society. Because such people are rich, they may choose where and how to live. Their choice in turn limit the option of the poor. As a result, Terms such as individual freedom and equality of opportunity may be meaningless for capitalists. So the socialism completely opposite to their views of capitalism, because there is no economic stability for the people. If there is no economic source of equality for the people, the real concept of equality is completely meaningless. Socialists also believe that because the resources are distributed unequally, there cannot really be genuine free competition. The rich and powerful people manage to move the balance in their favor by hook or crook. So, this is the ideology expressed by the people of socialists and thinkers. And they also believed that in capitalism, the rich people and influential people always try to get whatever they need either by hook or crook. This does not mean for them because they want their word finalized. But in socialism, they want the word of the people to be finalized. So, this is the contrary views of the existing capitalism. New socialism versus capitalism, and the this one more source to growth of socialism. The Plato's views, Thomas More's views in their books, which have mentioned clearly men or women can be treated equally only if they are provided the economic equality and the sources of income get accessible to all the people. Next, Bobby, of a writer who stood forward and radically criticized and complained that the liberty of equality and fraternity, the French Revolution principles are completely overthrown and they were completely neglected because there is no concept of equality at all in any corner of the country. So, finally, he started complaining that only and only if we have socialism, then only the concept of French Revolution can survive and can inspire to the people. So he came up with an ideology that equality is possible only when there is an economic accessibility to all the people and natural resources are must to controlled by the people. Next, socialism started to spread to all corners. Then we have the views of Saint Simon. Saint Simon came up with the views that he did not initially support the socialism, but he wanted the community to be a part and parcel of planning. The centralized planning should happen where every person, like industrialist people, engineers, then we have the businessmen all taking part in that, so they can plan in a better way which leads to the betterment of the society. Next, Robert Owen. Small industrialist named Owen was disturbed by the condition of the workers and the wealth of the capitalists. He took an initiative for building cooperative villages in which everything would be owned in common and people would work in cooperation with each other and share the products of their labor. However, these ideas could not be implemented because of the massive growth of industrial production, and so they only remained idealistic. Next, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels came up with a new theory of socialism based on their study of the working of industrial capitalist production. They argued that capitalism is both a progressive as well as an exploitative system. It separates capitalists and workers from their true humanity. It is progressive because it has made possible the industrial transformation of the world, and this productive power can fulfill everyone's necessity because it forces the working class to lives of extreme hard work and difficulties. The fruit of this hard work goes to the capitalist. Marx believed that industrial production will make it impossible for people to live and work on a small scale. They will not they will have to cooperate with countless number of people to produce even their basic needs. Marx and Engels argued that the workers who produced in the factories had no property and were at the same time most important for the production to happen. The ideas of Marx and Engels made a great impact of radical thinkers and activists at the end of 19th century and inspired major social movements in the 20th century. At the same time, many other radical thinkers disagreed with Marx on many issues and they gave a new theories. Socialism came to India from a very early days. Swami Vivekananda was himself deeply influenced by the ideas of socialism, which were growing in Europe and America when he visited those continents. As the nationalist movement grew in strength, many nationalists were also influenced by socialism. Russian Communist Revolution in 1917 was the source of great inspiration for Indian nationalists. Many leaders like M.N. Roy, Bhagat Singh, Jawaharlal Nehru, etc. was enthusiastic socialists. Women's movement. During medieval and early modern times, women were dominated by men across the world. They did not have access to property or civil rights like voting, etc. They were mostly restricted to the domestic work like cooking, bringing up children, taking care of the elderly at home, and assisting men at work. This started to change with the industrialization as women began to be employed in factories in large numbers. So, women's movement, the most important topic what we have in the present day scenario in the women's movement. As earlier the society, the women role was completely restricted to their household, where they were completely restricted to their household, where they were busy in doing all household activities and like fetching of water, cleaning up and cleaning up the utensils and cooking, preparing the children and family business. All these things were part of their regular pattern of time. As the industrialization came and people started realize and think on the various new opportunities for them, especially women's are getting employed in the industries and women started to move out of their houses and started to realize that they were able to earn and do work equality with the men. The new role women started and women started to realize that they should be given equal respect with the men. They should equal wages with the men because they were able to do the equal work what a man does in the fields of factories. When the French revolutionaries were preparing the Declaration of Right of Men in 1791, Many French women protested against this and drafted a separate Declaration of Rights of Women. It declared women are born free or remain equal to men in rights. So, this brought them the new change in the outlook of the women, and a new role has been enhanced for the human things. And not only this, during the French Revolution, when the bill were drafted for the men in 1791. So the women started to have an anti-protest against that. Why were women not given equal rights to men? Because they started movement and this passed a law and stating that women are also born in free and they were not slaves in anybody. They have to be accessible to all dignitaries of places freely without any restrictions. They prepared their own draft. In countries like England, women came out in a large numbers demanding the right to vote. They were called women's suffragists. They held demonstration meetings, wrote in newspapers, and made appeals to the parliament. Russian Revolution was the first to grant such rights to all women in 1917. The right to vote was extended to some women in England in 1918 and to all adult women by 1928. Women participated more and more in public matters. They realized that women were treated unequally in most sectors, whether education, health, property rights, or employment. Many women writers like Virginia Woolf wrote about how men dominate over women and how women have themselves become subjects of this domination. The movement helped women to understand that power was unequally distributed between men and women. First wave of feminism focused on absolute rights such as suffrage. Second wave feminism focused on other aspects of equality such as end to discrimination in all aspects of life including education and health. 21st century, where now all women are coming out and working equal with the men, but still they face the discrimination in the workplace or in the home, at atmosphere or at the various places, even in the public places where there is no equality at all. So let us hope very soon human beings, we all are human beings, and the men dominant society would soon accept the women as their equal partner and enjoy the equal status for men and women in this world. Okay children, I hope you all understood the topic social protest movement and Luddism, socialism and participation of women's movement. Thank you.